Haha. Let's try that again. I just want to be like the token professor and mute my stuff. So, so let's try that again. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Heart of a Hobbit. I'm Little Redhead, and if you are tuning in to see Druid's Fire, she is taking the day off from streaming, but she might be with us in the chat. She's had a death in the family, and so she is attending to that and taking the time off from streaming today. But hopefully she'll be around to see us a little bit and say hi. So our condolences definitely go out to Druid's Fire and her family. So wanted to go ahead though and bring more LOTRO to those of you who are tuning in and maybe make this part of your regular Friday routine, and make sure you've got something interesting, hopefully interesting, to keep you entertained. So, as I said, I am Little Redhead, and I will be here with you today. So one of the things that I like to do, so, those of you who watch Druid's Fire, you'll know that she often takes like her high-level characters off and, is questing through the Middle Earth, doing all these really cool things, hitting these high-level characters, high-level mobs. And so that is really cool to see that, but that's not really where my focus is. So my focus is usually on the festivals and the more lighthearted things, some of the social aspects, the wardrobe and the mounts and the pets and, all the kind of fluff that's on the side. That's part of what I enjoy out of Lord of the Rings Online. It's one of the ways that I enjoy my time in Middle Earth. So I wanted to kind of bridge those two a little bit today. So we're going to do some questing, but it's going to be festival questing. Haha. So what you'll see here is that we are at the party tree, and the party tree is where the Anniversary Festival, which is what is happening right now, that is the current festival, is the Anniversary Festival. And we are, oops, sorry, let me pop up things in front of my face. So what I've been doing throughout most of the festival is you come over here to Waldo Rumble, and he gives you a wrapper, which is participate in so many activities in a day, or in so many activities, I should say. And you can pick this up every day. So if you complete it every day, you can then pick it up again the next day and complete it again. And every time you complete this, you get 3 anniversary tokens. So I have already started today. I've done 3 out of the 7 that he wants me to do today. And we are going to go over here. There's these Scavenger Hunt scrolls that have been hung on the party tree. And so the, hey Druid's Fire, good to see you out there. So here on the party tree, we've got these scrolls that have been hung up, and you've got Waldo Rumble and his niece over here, Odelia. And both of them are participating in, well, first of all, being blamed by the party planning committee for being the ones who have made this happen. Now, they profess their innocence. They did not have anything to do with this, and oh my goodness, what is going on? And they hope this doesn't, have any impact on their standing within the party planning committee and so on. So what you do is when you look at these cards, they'll have year whatever that you're working on. So you start with year 1, regardless of how many years you've been playing LOTRO, you have to start with the year 1 cards. And what you'll find is there'll be year 1, like year 1 Tales Frodo, but then there's also Eriador versions. So it'll say Eriador, year 1 Tales Frodo. Those are the ones I have picked up. And the reason for that is if you scroll out a little bit, if you zoom out, here we've got Eriador. And so this is the entire area that you have when you're like in the starting zones, right? So you've got Ered you've got the Shire, you've got North Downs, Lonelands. So this takes you through a lot of up to like level 50. Once you start getting over here, maybe a little level 60, 70, but it still keeps you in the kind of the lower end of things. If you zoom out yet another level, so we've got Eriador over here now, and you've got all this rest of the world as well. That's what those other cards do. So if you take a year 1 Frodo, it's going to send you all over the place, and you need to go into some rather scary places for some of us. Now, I am a level 50 character on this server, so that is not going to be conducive to my health to go out and be like running around in the wastes or anything like that. So we are not picking up those. We are only going to focus on the Eriador Scavenger Hunt cards. And so what you'll do is you'll talk to Odelia here, and she will give you a wrapper for that. Well, not a wrapper so much as a quest. Like, go and do one for year one, come back and tell me about it, and she'll give you a gift. So we have done that already for years, let me check. Years 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see, I'm in year 2 Trifles. Yes, okay, here we go. So I've got year 2 Trifles, which is a number of instances. I've got year 3 Travels, which is to go visit a place. I've got year 4 Tales Aragorn. So it takes us into some things about Aragorn. Now I've already done some of these things. So part of these, we're just going to finish them off and you'll get to see what it's like when they just autocomplete. And then we've got year 4 Travels Orcs. So orc clans. So this is the complete thing. For Eriador Year 4 Travels, it's just these 2 sets of orcs that we have to find. So we have to find some Ongberg's orcs and some Tarkip orcs. And defeat 10 of them, of each kind, and we're done. Now, if we took the larger one, it's like a set of 6, I think, different types of orcs throughout the world. You have to go and defeat 10 of each. And then we've also got a good old skirmish, and we'll probably do this one too. And this is where there's 4 different skirmishes we have to go and complete. So the idea with the scavenger hunt is it kind of takes you back to things that you've done at other times in the game. And it's kind of like a revisiting and re-enjoying of some things. Maybe you've got like an old foes where you go back and you're defeating like one of the black wolves and you're defeating a dour hand. And, you know, so it's definitely, you find yourself kind of going, oh yeah, I remember when I was level 10 and I came through and did this, and wow, that was really hard. And, you know, now you come through and you do it, you're like level 50, you're like, boop, 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 done. But it's fun. Like I did the Sam one earlier today, and Sam, you had to go into like the mid-water marshes and defeat 10 Neeker breakers, because you know, you're thinking about how they were like, Neeker breakers, they're horrible, these bugs, you know. So it's fun to relive the story of Lord of the Rings Online and Lord of the Rings through the scavenger hunt cards that they send you through. All right, so I've got a torch. I think I'm ready to go. Oh, and Druid's Fire. I don't know if you're still watching, but I have my TARDIS mug with me today. I thought you would appreciate that. It's bigger on the inside. Having my lovely tea. All right, so Affodil, my wonderful traveling partner, and I are going to head off. So I think, and it's full of tea. It's full of tea. I'm having black tea today. It's Pickwick. It's like a dessert tea though. It's so fun. So it's got like, supposedly it's cocoa. It doesn't have a very chocolatey flavor, but that's okay. It still tastes good. All right, so we could start with, what did we want to start with? Okay, so the Infiltrator Surprise, you have to do the turtle soup sequence, and I don't think I've done that with this character. And then you have to do like the Tomb of Elendil, and you have to have done a whole other sequence there, and Twisted Hearts, another sequence. So we might not get to that one today. Now, High King's Crossing, I can knock off very quickly. And where are you in the High King's, in that one? How many places do you need to go visit? So you probably have the same one. Okay, cool. So we'll just pop over to that one real quick and knock that out. And then we'll go to Rivendell and say hi to Arwen. Okay, so cool. So we're gonna go to High King's Crossing, which probably the fastest way, let's go to the wharf, just because I can, because I love that new travel skill. I love that they gave us travel skills in the Wildwood. Now you have to earn them. You have to go and do reputation, and then you can take those reputation tokens, and once you're of a high enough level, like friend or ally or something like that, and then you can buy these travel skills. And I, as a hunter, went ahead and bought the travel skill, both of them. So I can get to Trestlebridge and I can get to the wharf. Okay, so now we're at High King's Crossing, and we need to, I think, go up and take a look. Yeah, we have to visit the top. So thankfully we can go up and around here. Oop, I don't have my fast feet on. There we go. And there's a rope, and we can take this rope right here and go up to the top. It is truly a towering height. So actually, it really is a cool view from up here. Like, you gotta be careful you don't want to walk off, because it's like maybe death unless you're a burglar, and may even be death if you are a burglar. But yeah, even at night, I don't know. You can see the water moving. Like, it's just, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you are risky, girl. All right, not OSHA approved. I disagree. Oh my gosh, you're making me nervous. All right, I'm gonna back up. All right, so that finished off that card because we just had the one thing left to do. The other two places we needed to visit, oh, I actually don't remember where the other places were. That might have been the only one for Eriador Year 3. I think they might send you into Moria for the big one. All right, so we're gonna finish that now, get 3 anniversary tokens, and it counts as a festival activity. So that's kind of cool. All right, so we are gonna go to Rivendell, and we're gonna go talk to Arwen. So let me get my travel skill up. Rivendell, boop, boop, boop. Drink a tea. So hello everybody in chat. If you have anything, any questions about what's going on, or or stuff that you want to know about how to do something in LOTRO, feel free to ask. I may not know the answer, but there are lots of people in chat who also are very well versed, and especially in things like the raids and the higher level gear and stuff like that, that I may not pay as close of attention to as some people do. Let's say we want to go this way. You want to go that way? I think we should go this way. Yeah, I'm just going to follow for a minute. I do that. I tend to follow a lot. There's the Spire of Meeting. So if you did Boromir's Year, you have to come to the Spire of Meeting that we just passed, and you stand there and you talk, which I thought was funny because he is kind of a blowhard, and he just kind of talks and talks and talks. Oops. Hurrah! Elf on the loose. So, Druid's Fire, I didn't know, I thought I'd tell you that this, wait, no, this elf, oh, she's already a high elf. So my main character on Evernight is an elf. And I remember you did a race change from an elf to a high elf. And at the time I was like, that seems very silly. But the res skill, even though it's only once every half hour, I'm like, that is really cool to have. And plus then there's also the dancing and then the tumbling. So there's like 3 things I really love about high elves versus elves. So I am tempted to change my 130 main, which, like at 130, what does it matter? But I'm still very, very tempted to change her to a high elf. So I know it's kind of funny. Go and spend 2,500 LOTRO points to switch from an elf to a high elf. But I'm really seriously considering it. Because if you think about it, right, it's only like, because it's 2,500 LOTRO points, but if there's 3 big things that I want out of it, then that's really like 800 LOTRO points. And I mean, who wouldn't pay 800 LOTRO points for a res skill? Or 800 LOTRO points for, no, I'm a hunter. No res skill on a hunter. Wait, we gotta go talk to Arwen. She's up this way. Yeah, no, I'm not a champion. I have a champion, right? Hackthill's a champion. I have a dwarf champion. He's just gonna stay a dwarf. I can't imagine him being anything else. He's just, he's a dwarf. He's who he is. Okay, so we're gonna talk to the lady, Arwen here. And she says, long have I labored over a gift for my love. It shall be brought to him when the hour is most dire and his glory shines brightest. So there we go. So we have conversed with Arwen. Hello, Arwen. Champion is good for better high elf. Yeah, Hunter. I know Hunter has the bow. Yeah, so that's the thing, is I've got to do I really need to look and see how much will it affect her damage if I don't have the bow damage that an elf gets for Hunter. I know elf Hunter is like the best combo for Hunter, but I love high elf stuff now. I've just like become so enamored with high elves. I can't help it. I just want all my characters to either be hobbits or high elves right now. Hobbits for the socializing, and high elves for how cool everything they do is. Except for the flips, of course. I mean, hobbits have the best flips. But here, okay, so we're gonna find somewhere to jump off of and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I mean, Druid's Fire already knows this. All right, so let's see, if I jump up here, yeah. So if I jump off, I do a tumble. Wow, isn't that just the coolest? Wow. Okay, but you gotta do your flip, hon. You gotta do your hobbit flip, because it's just too cute. Isn't that great? Ta-da! Hi, Hobbit. Oh, I really do think Hobbit should be able to tumble. It does surprise me that they can't tumble like the High Elves get. Because it just seems like a thing a Hobbit would do, right? I mean, they've got that low center of gravity. I don't know. I feel like they could be able to go flippity-flop and just do their thing. All right, so we're going over here to the Prancing Pony as part of our Aragorn tour. And the reason why we're going to the Prancing Pony is remember how when he met the Hobbits, he was sitting in the corner and smoking. So we're going to go over here in the corner. We don't have to sit. We just smoke. Why did you do that, said Strider. You have put your foot in it, or should I say finger. Can't make Hobbits any better. It would make it unbalanced. Ha! That's funny. All right, so that was the last thing we needed to do for year 4, Eriador Tales, for Aragorn. So we've completed the Scavenger Hunt. It's going to give us 3 anniversary tokens, so we can go ahead and finish that now. Ta-da! Now, we could go back and talk to Odelia because we had a quest to do a year 4. We had a quest to do one of these years. Oh. Where do you need? Oh, okay. So you need Weathertop for Aragorn. You can put it in the fellowship chat. I'm trying to pay attention to that. Okay, 3 remembrances from Weathertop. Okay, so we'll go to Oscaruth, OG, and then we can do Candace's Camp from there, and then we can go up to Weathertop from there. Okay, I must have already gotten it. Yeah, I think maybe I got it when I took you to Weathertop for one of the other ones because I've been trying to catch her up, and it's possible I was up on top of Weathertop lighting off fireworks or something. I know so many people want river hobbits, but wouldn't it be funny to have hobbits of the mountains or something? Like that'd be the opposite direction. Okay, so we're gonna pop down here to the Stable Master. And because we did the epic quest line already in order, we got the free travel to Candace's encampment from here. So that's how you can get that. It's like Fires in the North is one of them. And there's a couple of them that you want to do because that gives you the free travel skills that go through Oscaruth. And then you want to get Kindred with the Eglain because that gives you free travel, no matter who you are, to Oscaruth. So that's kind of a nice little travel here because anytime you come to Candace, he can take you to the Forsaken Inn for free, or he can send you to Estelden for free. So if you don't have a hunter, helping you out, that's a nice little chain of movement that you can use. And then there's also Gandalf in the Prancing Pony if you need to get to Rivendell. Okay, yeah, we're going to take the shortcut up to Weathertop. If river hobbits are based on the ones in Lindleby, they're kind of mountain hobbits too. Yeah, that's a good point, right? I mean, there's mountains right there. It's like California where they've got water and mountains. Okay, so we're going up. Sorry, I just got lost in a little thought there. We're going up Weathertop, and this is kind of like a shortcut way. You follow the grass along the side, and then it gets a little patchy here, but then you keep following it. Oh, geez, and then you fall off the edge. Follow the grass, and there you are. You're up to the top of Weathertop. So it's a lot faster than taking those switchbacks. I swear a developer must have done that, been like, I am not doing those switchbacks anymore. I am going up. I'm putting in another path. The cool thing, too, is if you take that path, you can see that downed tree that you are looking for if you're doing part of the Bingo Boffin quest line that takes place here in the, out here in the, in the Lowlands. There's in the Forsaken Inn, they give you a riddle, and it takes place in that area. So I'm not going to tell you any more. You got to find it for yourself. All right, so out here there's like little books floating in the air, and it's a remembrance. I've already done it, so I can't see them. It's funny, though, because I can see you seeing them. Okay, all done? Okay, so now are you ready to go to the party tree? Or do you need to go somewhere else? Okay, party tree it is. Off we go. So yeah, so she was basically, there's like these books that are floating in midair and they're kind of sparkly, and those are the remembrances that you're looking for. And it's kind of like it takes you back to a place where something happened. So for example, in that situation, we were probably, might have been when we were looking out off of Weathertop to see if we could see the orcs coming, or it could have been any other part of the, stuff that we've gone through here. What would you say? We can show your 2 trifles for a bit. Okay, so we're going to turn in that quest to Odelia over here. Hello there. So that was Eriador Anniversary Scavenger Hunt Year 4 that I just completed. We're not picking up any, because Waldo Rumble also has a version of this that gives you a little bit more stuff. We're not going to take his at all, because we're not doing any of those. We're just not doing those. So she's still trying to figure out where all this is coming from. So she's like, I don't suppose that you are the one leaving these notes. Just a meager jest. Don't stop helping me out of this muddle, unless it was you. No, I never thought it was. I assure you, whoever it is has left more prizes here, so help yourself. So the idea is that all these prizes and letters and everything showed up, and they're trying to figure out what is going on. So if we talk to her again, she's going to give us a Year 5 Scavenger Hunt quest. So she says, my new suspicion is that adventuring troublemaker Bingo Boffin. He is behind all of this. Of course, I haven't got a shred of evidence, but I feel sure that I am right. So if we finish this, we'll get an anniversary token, and then we'll get a fishing creel cosmetic. I wonder if I can show it from here. Yeah, it looks like that. So cute little teeny backpack, and I'll bet it dyes up. Let's see. Let's try gold. Okay, so it's the leather straps, and then the leather on the bottom looks like is what you can dye on this one. I mean, obviously you're not dyeing the fish, and it looks like the fishing bubbles and stuff aren't dying as well either. Okay, that is pretty cute though. I like it. All right, I'm gonna accept her quest, and then I'm gonna go and look at the thing here. So now we have an Eriador Year 5 Tales Mary that we can pick up, where we go to Brandy Hall. We put the packs on the ponies. We visit the Buckleberry Ferry. Gather remembrances from the Bonfire Glade, so we get to see what that looks like, and study the maps at Elrond's house in Rivendell. So you'll notice we're going back and forth to a lot of the same places. And then Eriador Year 5 Travels Bodies of Water. They want us to go to the shores of Nenharn, to the shores of Lake Avendim, and the Ford of Brunnan, which all seem like places we would have possibly seen before. All right, so let's see, which one do we want to work on next? You seem to have thoughts. What are your thoughts? Turtle soup. I mean, you want to start the chain? Because I'm pretty sure we haven't done it. Okay, off to Bree. Let's go look at a post on the wall there. You're hilarious. So I did the turtle soup quest with one of my early characters, and I thought it was very silly and very cute. But I was like, I don't feel like I need to do this again, but you do need to do it if you want to do the instance. So yeah, so you don't do that. Okay, I think we should probably just go to South Bree, no? All right, I'll follow you. I mean, all we have to do is find one of those letters. I know there's plenty of them in South Bree. So that's always, oh, there's one near the boar statue. Okay. All right, fair enough. Oh, if we're gonna be near the boar statue, I wanna show something that I discovered today. That's not, I find this amazing. It's like I've been playing a lot in the last 2.5 years and a lot in the last year. Wonder why. And I just discovered something today. So if I go to turn in the, this is part of that gifts chain. So I give Roger the pint of ale that Runluff up in Thorn's Hall gave us. And now we have an effect called Lifted Spirit. Giving gifts and doing good deeds has raised your spirit. You are eager to venture out and help others. 10% out of combat run speed for 15 minutes. I had no idea that was a thing. All right, so we're gonna accept the next one so that way I can finish that later. Okay, I gotta look at this posted bill because I don't think I have the quest yet. All right, let's read this. What does it say? The writing on this bill is scrawled in a messy hand, as if the author had many such notices to prepare and could not mask his impatience with the task. It reads, "Greeting to you, friend. Have the delicious smells emanating on a hungry day from Mandrake's finest stews and sauces caused you to desire that mealtime was nearer? If so, you know the high quality of Sig Mandrake's preparations and know what is at stake should they be hindered. Sig Mandrake has a need for interested parties to help him with the preparation of such a stew. Speak with him at his shop here in Bree, the east of the Mud Gate, for the details. So off we go. This is a level 14 quest, by the way. So it is easy to pick up at many other levels. So if you're popping around Bree at all, okay, good, just making sure. You are able to pick this quest up. What you doing over there? Looking at the cool stuff? Cool festival stuff. Oh, grabbing invitations. Awesome. Let's see, the horseshoe on the last quest in the chain. Is it on this? No. Which one has the second horseshoe? Because I just got that. And I didn't realize I had never gotten, I don't think I never gotten the second horseshoe. Erbrandir's second horseshoe. I think I've only got it on one character so far. So that is exciting. Okay, so we're going to be coming back here. I think it's in the not Eriador one. I think it's in the higher level version. And I'm, too scared to go there right now. So, all right, so we were here at this Mandrake shop. We found it was on our map, so that makes it easy. Just going to pet the dog. Nice. It's a good dog. All right, here's Sig Mandrake. And he says, you are here about the turtle soup, I presume? I have had callers all day. Perhaps I prepared too many of those notices. My Hobbit friend has been very eager about posting them, I must say. I've come into possession of an order for a large batch of turtle soup. And that's what concludes the instance that we're going to do later on is with the soup. Why does he have this large order for soup? So normally this would not be a problem, but the desired recipe is most specific about the sort of turtles that can be used, and not just any turtle will do. They must be tiny turtles, and these are found only at very specific locations. So you wish to join the ranks of the many, many adventurers who have agreed to help me with this? Good, I suppose. Tiny turtles, like those I need, can be found south of Bree along the northern bank of Hale Catch Lake. All right, so we're going to go catch some tiny turtles. Let's go get us some tiny turtles. Bye, dog. It's a good dog, Brent. All right, so, and Hale Catch Lake is also a really great place for if you're trying to do the Knickerbreaker Slayer deed, because they are prolific there, and you can just kind of go in a circle around. They're good dogs, Laleel. Just make a cycle around and work it out. And it's even great, really awesome, because we did this with, when we did the Bombadil thing, and everybody was trying to get through that deed at once. So we just had our fellowship, and we followed up. I think we may have even made a raid at one point. No, would have been a fellowship, because a raid, you'll only get credit on your side of the raid. So, and we were like going off and hitting Knickerbreakers and just following each other around and taking turns and stuff. It was funny. So, all right, it's cool. The schedule is listed there, and you can see who is on the calendar, who's normally on. So normally on Fridays, let's see, Friday. There we go. So normally you've got Cord streaming at noon Eastern time, which he did earlier today. And then you've got the Tolkien Professor, who was on for a couple hours before me. And then Druid's Fire is normally in this slot. And then later on, followed by Big Ed Mustafa, who will be on later on tonight. Druid's Fire, as I mentioned, is taking the day off. Oh, we have tiny turtles. So myself and Epic Uger are filling in her time to help out here and give her the chance to chill out and watch a stream instead of being on stream. You can't slowly creep away from me, turtle. I think it can. I think it will. So you'll notice there's like these turtles have these little teeny quest rings. I think it's adorable. I also find it really cool that it's like basically the same turtle as every other turtle, it seems like, right? Like when the Tolkien Professor a couple weeks ago did like, was it Phalastotokalon? I think it's the same look. And then there's that turtle in the dungeon with the waterworks. Oh, I forgot the name of that one. But the one where you can possibly get the garden item, the yard item from him. And I think it's the same look. So I just think it's funny. You could have the giant turtle. You can have the turtle Brent Low. Small. It's so cute. Okay, so now we have collected a bunch of turtles. Now we're going to take them back to the guy in Bree. So Where are you going? I was saying we go through Southbury. Unless you want me to teleport us to Bree. The life of a hunter. Let me taxi you 50 feet away. Sometimes it's the easy way to do it though, right? So as I mentioned, we are running around doing some festival anniversary scavenger hunt cards. And so if anybody has any questions about what we're doing with that or has questions about the festival, yeah, feel free to pop it in chat and I can tell you more. So I usually stream on Thursdays, so as well as Epic Ogre. And then also French Girl Gaming, who's way early in the day. And then me, Eldolith is later on for me because we're in time zones all over the world. Pretty cool. And then Epic Ogre is after Eldit normally. So today you've got like a bonus shot of me and Epic Ogre filling in for Druid's Fire, which I am always impressed by your like 4-hour marathon. I'm like, that is a long time. That's a long time. All right, so we bring him the turtles. He says, these will do, these will do. I am waiting for more people to bring in turtles. This is a very large order for turtle soup, and it will take many more turtles than I have received so far. Fortunately, it seems as if everybody in Bree is pitching in. It's a wonder there are still turtles to find. I have not yet begun to prepare the soup. I'm waiting until I have enough turtles for it. So he's just, going to hang on to the turtles for now. He says, you did good work out there. You made it back more quickly than a lot of these so-called adventurers. Perhaps you'd be willing to help me with something else? One of the little folk who lives up in Stattleway sent word that he was eager to help me gather turtles for the turtle soup. Benegar Longbottom, he said his name was, and he's been keeping the turtles he gathered for me in his uncle's shed. So go to the village of Stattle and ask Grobo Dogwort if you can collect the turtles his nephew has gathered for me. Be sure to ask him in his house first. Don't just go barging into his shed without asking. Grobo Dogwort is a neighbor of Eldo Swatmidge on the eastern side of the village of Stattle. All right, so we are now going to go off to Stattle. You're having 11sies with the dog. All right, we're going to be a hunter, and we'll take swift travel over to Mickle Delving, and then we'll catch swift travel to Combe, and then go to Stattle from there, rather than riding from Bree out to Stattle. Last week's 5-hour fill-in for Corey, and then your regular show, that was fun. A bargain rate version of him. Yeah, so we'd hand you softball questions. Is that how when you fill in for Professor Corey, we could say, what is about, no, the question would be, does a Balrog have wings? Can a Balrog fly with those wings? That would be the question to ask you. How do you do? The answer is no, they're metaphorical wings. I already know the answer to that one. Oh, what are some other softball questions that you could hand out as your stint as the Tolkien professor? Are Balrog's bones hollow to support flight? If they have happy thoughts. He can fly, he can fly, he can fly, he can fly. That's a hilarious idea. Oh, wow. A mashup of Peter Pan and Lord of the Rings? I mean, from a time perspective, are they from when was the Peter Pan movie done that Disney did? Because that's what I'm thinking of. I'm wondering how many decades apart are they? And maybe they're not that far apart, so there would be some aesthetics between the pair of them that might match up in some unintended ways. Captain Balrog is after Frodo and the Lost Boys. Now, see, I think the Balrog would be more like, he'd be TikTok. He's the crocodile. So who's the Captain Hook? Oh my goodness. Every single lamppost in this line. All right. 2 out of 2 lampposts. Would not like to encounter again. Oh, come on. No, I see you. Nice try. All right, I'm steering myself. Gammy Boggs' farm. You know, if you're ever starting a new character and you're like, I need to try some different quests. I haven't done different quests in a while. There are some really cute quests out here. So I recommend popping out to Staddle and have some fun with that. Okay, so we found Dogwart Shed, but remember, we're not supposed to just go barge into his shed. That's rude. So we're going to barge into his home instead. Apparently that's less rude. Maybe we knocked on the door and he said, come in. We'll just pretend that's the way. All right, so he is over here. Hello. I feel so tall in here. All right, he says, oh my, are you here about the turtles? Please tell me that's why you are here. And you assure Grobo that you have indeed come for the turtles. And he breathes a tremendous sigh of relief. Oh, good, good. You have no idea what that means to me. My nephew Benegar collected a bunch of turtles and has apparently been keeping them in my shed. I went in there this morning to fetch some supplies for breakfast, and what do I see? Turtles everywhere. They must have used their horrible little beaks to loosen the tie on the bag, and they have scampered loose. They're crawling all over the shed. Do me a favor and pick up the bag inside the shed, then gather up the turtles. Let me know that you have done it. I am so scared of turtles, I cannot stand to do it myself. All right, so we're going to go help this poor hobbit who is scared of turtles that have now taken over his shed. All right, and out we go. And we're going to check out his shed, which we know is nearby. So I went into first person mode because that place was so small. Now I can't find out how to get in a door. That's okay, I have trouble with doors anyway. That's not new. All right, so we have a turtle carrying sack, and we have a bunch of turtles that are not in said turtle carrying sack. So let's see if we can't remedy this situation for poor Grobo and pick up Grobo's greatest fear, which I think that's so cute. Like, they're not turtles anymore, they're Grobo's greatest fears. Made Grobo Dogwart a little happier. I think these sorts of quests just crack me up. Uh-oh, he's got far away from me. Okay, shoo. If they get too far away, you actually don't pick up the turtle. So you have to kind of anticipate them. It's like the letter quest, but slower. They move a lot slower. All right, so I've got 6 out of 8. Uh-oh. Oh, and I can't do that while I'm moving. Well, he can move. Why can't I move? All right, so there we go. Don't underestimate turtles. Indeed. All right. They are big compared to a hobbit. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. They're little compared to me, but they're big compared to you. All right, so now I'm supposed to show the turtle carrying sack to Grobo Dogwart in his hobbit hole. Like, because that seems like a nice thing to do. Hey, you're afraid of spiders? Check out this bag of spiders I have found in your shed. I'm sure this will go well. Ah, the weekly beacon. Oh, is the new beacon out? Okay, that's a Druid's Fire tradition. I'm sorry I was not anticipating the beacon as Druid's Fire would do. Let me see if I can channel my inner Druid's Fire. Oh, Cord, is the beacon out? Let's see. I need my weekly bacon. Is the bacon ready? Is it out? I don't know, was that close? I don't feel like I'm method acting very well here. All right, so what is in the beacon? We'll find out. We have some community spotlights, as usual. That's awesome. So we've got one of a number of players creating or updating plugins over on LOTRO interface. So they've got Altaholic is one of the plugins that he mentions here. We've got, there's a page about the newest rewards for the legendary worlds on Anor and Ithil. So that's somebody's blog. They've done that. You can also find a lot of their information over on the LOTRO wiki. I know that's been getting some updates as well. There's some stuff about Chance Thomas and an interview that he did, because Chance Thomas is somebody who's done a lot of music for the game, for LOTRO. There's an Oaks happening this weekend, and Oaks is a concert series on Laurelin. So there's a Forest of Oaks taking place this Saturday. That'd be tomorrow. Let's see, what else? Comment on the LOTRO forums here and you could win LOTRO points. And the question you would comment would be, following your hero's footsteps will likely lead you to blank. I need some like 1970s music there for like Matt Schwitz, you know, the match game. All right, LOTRO players, okay, fan site news. LOTRO players, LOTRO stream, you are here. Congratulations, you've made it, well done. Also on Twitch, some other streaming. Over on YouTube, more cool stuff. wandering around Arda, puts together a new outfit. Check that out. And he's got links to all these things in the LOTRO beacon. Critter's Journey has some trouble in the woods. Okay. And then Let's Talk Shop, the soundtrack for Update 29, The Wildwood of Breland. So you can listen to that on YouTube. So that's very cool. The CEO of EG7, which acquired SSG, they had an update, so you can read their letter. There's a link to that. Cordovan chatted with the new producer on LOTRO Stream last week. So he's got a link to that video. And that person is kind of like a logistics manager, if you like to think of it that way. And so they are reporting to Severlin and then also working then with all the teams to try and do some good coordination there. Let's see what else we got. 2 chickens in Rivendell, screenshot of the week. Oh, that's very cute. Fantastic. And in the news, the Anniversary Festival continues through May 11th, which is next week, middle of next week. So you've got, that's basically your last day because it ends on like 3 o'clock in the morning on the 12th. So you really, the 11th is your last full day to get through there. This is the final weekend to get the Further Adventures of Bilbo Baggins for free. We'll come back to that here in a second. And then the goodies this week is housing decorations and housing writs and all sorts of good stuff. And then we've got the weekly coupon, which gives you 5% attack damage, plus 5% attack damage with the coupon poke poke. Poke poke. That's a good deal. Man, normally it's like a stack of 5, so 25 kind of threw me off there. All right, so, oh yeah, Bilbo Baggins, the Adventures of Bilbo Baggins thing. So the Adventures of Bilbo Baggins is a like a little mini-series, little set of adventures that you can go and you start it in Rivendell. There's a person you talk to there and it takes you into like an instance. It's kind of like a mission, kind of like a cross between a mission or an instance or, anyway. So it's, like I've said before, it kind of reminds me of like, watching a TV show where you've got this cute like half hour of content that's interesting and engaging and fun, and then and it has its own internal storyline, but then it participates also in kind of a longer storyline. So that's kind of what that is, and there's like 10 of those further adventures that you can go into, and you earn some tokens for that, and there's some really cool rewards you can get for just those tokens. So totally worth going and checking that out, and that's around forever. Right now it's free for everybody. But it's going to, in the future, be free for VIP, but you'll need to buy it from the store if you're not VIP for LOTRO points, for like $11.95 LOTRO points, I believe it'll be. So if you have not used that code, that Save Bilbo code, you'll want to go ahead and put that in because that makes it free for you forever. So regardless of if maybe you're VIP now and you drop in the future, you would still have access to the Bilbo Baggins further adventures forever. So totally worth it. All right, so let's finish off Grobo's request here. So we show him this sack full of turtles. He says, "That's the turtle carrying sack, is it? They are in there? Oh, I can hear them plotting their escape again. The tiny little monsters. Can you imagine how horrible it would be if they grew any larger than this? Oh, I cannot bear it. They are bad enough at this size. I don't know what Benegar was thinking keeping them in my shed. He knows how I feel about turtles." Well, I think his nephew was probably trolling him a little bit there. All right, so now we pick up twice the turtles. And he says, I haven't seen my nephew, Benegar, since he left that bag of turtles in my shed. I hope the boy has not gotten himself into some turtle-related mischief. Return that bag of turtles to Sig Mandrake at his shop in Bree and see if he has heard any more news of my nephew. Okay. Sure, we'll do that. Would you like me to port us to Bree? To Bree! Oh, did you like my Trude's Fire anticipating the weekly bacon? I can only tell you what it looks like from this side. I should have practiced in front of a mirror before I went on camera with it. So yes, about the senior producer, they used to have a senior producer, so they're backfilling the position. I know that that's a question that came up when last week when Cord was talking to the new producer. And people are like, wait, what happened to Severlin? Are you taking his place? Oh my gosh, what's going on? It's like, no. It's everything's fine. Everything's staying the same. They're just filling a position that used to be filled a number of years ago. That person had left and they hadn't gotten around to filling that position, so now they have. So sometimes you just got to find the right person. And I saw when this person was posting on Twitter about getting the new job, and they were really excited about it. And it sounds like they have some really good insights from various things in the games industry that they've already done. So it sounds like already they're a really great addition. So I'm looking forward to seeing the fruits of that labor bear out over time. Okay, so here we're turning in the quest to bring him the turtles and find out what's going on with the guy's nephew. He says, you have brought another bag of turtles. Good, good. This is the one Benegar Longbottom set aside for me, is it? I would say I almost have enough tiny turtles to begin making the turtle soup. Not just yet, but very soon, I would say. So he's just going to keep these turtles running around for now. And he said, I did see the boy not long ago. He said he found a place where he's sure to catch twice the turtles anyone else has caught, and he ran off to prove it. I told him there were no turtles to find at the place he described, as I've only seen frogs there, but he insisted. So if you're looking for him, you can see for yourself, I suppose. He was going to an island in the middle of one of the ever-clear lakes northwest of Bree. All right, so we're gonna go off to there. Where are you at? Oh, you're on the floor. I do not have the 11Z's emote, and I'm very keen. I cannot wait until I get my 11-year box so I can get the 11Z's emote, because it is so cute. It's a good one. All right, so we're porting ourselves back out to Bree, because why not? Because we're going to mount up and go off to the lake, which is, as you can see, it's out this direction. So that's the lake we're going to. And let's see, if you are doing, which festival is it? There's one of the festivals that takes you out there because there's stuff on the lake side that you're looking for. It might be, I'm thinking it's a summertime one. So that leaves either Midsummer Festival, but most of that is in Minas Tirith. So I'm thinking it might not be that, which leaves the Summer Festival and the Harvest Festival, which have now been combined, timeline-wise. So it might have been that one. Because this is the area where you come out over here, and there's where you find the batches of flowers, but that's for the Spring Festival. That's the one that was the one right before the Anniversary Festival. Because like you'll find those bundles of flowers out here, so you grab those. But where we're going to is out as this lake out here. But I remember I was out here collecting something for one of the other festivals. Not that long, it feels like not that long ago. But time is very wibbly wobbly right now. These turtles look odd. I agree, these don't look like turtles at all, I would say. Hey, Benegar. He says, oh dear, it seems I was mistaken. There are no turtles here. This is something worse. He looks around conspiratorially and then whispers a single word. Murder. Dum, dum, dum. He says, well, maybe not murder, but they sounded very serious, and I'm afraid it won't be long before their plans come to fruition. He says, I was crouching down in the mud here, looking for turtles, when two shabbily dressed men came wading out to the island. They looked like they didn't want to be seen and kept peering over their shoulders back in the direction of Bree. I thought at first they were here to look for turtles at my prime turtle catching spot, but then they started talking, and their words, oh my, they spoke of a group that has infiltrated Bree and is gathering strength, watching and waiting. And when they're ready, they're planning a surprise for the village, one the Bree folk will not soon forget. Quick-wit Culver sharpening his blade, the seediest-looking man said, and Twisted Garrett has all the rope we'll need. They left after that, but not before discussing the password the infiltrators used to get into their hideout. It's another infiltrator is here. And if you say that to their doorman, you can get inside and stop this before they are ready. Their hideout is in Bree, south of the high stair, and their doorman stands out front. Stop them! All right, so we need to go talk to the doorman at the infiltrator's hideout and give him the password, which is another infiltrator is here. I mean, I guess if you're coming up with passwords, maybe coming up with passwords is hard. It's not something I do often, aside from on the computer. So I suppose that could be it. That is a very silly password, though. Okay, so I think we should travel back to Bree. And yes, we will hurry. We'll hurry back to Bree and make sure we can stop these infiltrators from their horrible, whatever they're up to. Their horribleness of horribleness. Horribling. Okay, off we go. So we got to go to, and it's off of the scholar stair, basically. So that's one way to get there. You can also go, there's a number of ways to get there. It is in Bree, it's right down here. So that is where we're headed. Oh, I was like, why is there a horse there? Because it's the stable master for Gazab. I haven't done the missions. Goblik, hang on. These guys. Gablaka. Yeah. So for those new dwarvy missions that they have out there, which I know they scale, but I haven't done them yet. I really like the missions though in the Wildwood. I've been having fun with those. Okay, so we found a CD door. This is kind of a giveaway. Have you seen a plot? Is it a gunfire plot? Gunpowder plot. All right, so we'll talk to Otis Woodman. So the funny thing is you can he says, what is the password? And you can say, not all who wander are lost. He's like, no, that's not the password. What do you mean by that? I would say anyone wandering around is either lost or up to no good. Like one of those rangers. I saw a ranger in town up by the pony yesterday morning. He gave me a look such as I've never earned. I'll tell you that much. Seems to me we'd be better off if them rangers went a wandering and got themselves good and lost. But that's not the password. Are you sure? So he has a whole host of those, which is really funny. But we'll just give him the actual password. What's that? Another infiltrator is here? Okay, I don't recognize you, but our group is pretty large by now, so that doesn't surprise me. As many as it takes, am I right? We might have chosen a better password, I suppose, but at least it's easy to remember. Oh, I've skipped right over it. Apparently the friend one is pretty funny too. I don't think I can go back. Let me see, can I go back? Yeah, it's too late. I can't go back and look at the passwords. You'd probably have to go look at the wiki at this point because they're really good on the wiki about listing that stuff out. He says, okay, you've told me the passwords. You can go in. I will show you the way. Lots of people are already inside. Hang on a second. Okay, and he says, lots of people are already inside. I let in Quick-Wit Culver and Twisted Garrett, which we heard about from the guy on the island, and a few of the others. Let me know when you're ready to go in. So we're going to talk to him and explore the infiltrator's hideout. So this should be then a travel now. Oh, I can look at it now. Here's friend. Let's take a look. You already gave me the password. What's all this friend nonsense? Do I look like your friend? Unless you want to be friends. But I would need to know that you meant it. Oh. Open up. I'm losing my patience. But you have given me the password. I'm letting you in. I said you could go in. What is wrong with you? Okay. So no, I think it's different. Yeah, it's definitely different things than the other one. Okay. Anyway. Infiltrator surprise. You are free to enter the hideout. I will escort you inside, then return to my post. All right, so let's travel. So this you have to do in order to, as part of the Scavenger Hunt card. But if you, this is what you're reminding me of. I don't have a horseshoe. If you have a horseshoe, you should put it on while you're here, because where Affadil is standing, one of the hobbits is just a hobbit will show up. That's what the guy who's wearing the skeleton outfit from the harvest math stuff from Lake Wistmead. Yeah, but I don't have a horseshoe because I haven't gotten that. We haven't gotten to region at all yet. So, if you have a horseshoe though, make sure you put it on when you come in and you do this instance. Now you can always go to the remembering pool and redo this instance once you've done it once. So there you go. Yeah, I would rephrase that to not all who are lost actually wander. That's not a bad way to put it. Okay, so anyway, we're going to talk to Quitwit Culver here. He says, I haven't seen you around before. Are you sure you're one of us? This has been a long time coming, and I don't want some outsiders spoiling it. Folk won't soon forget what we do here today, not if my name's Quitwit Culver, which it is. You see this blade? I can slice clean through anything I set my mind to. That's how sharp both edges are, the blade and my mind. I've been cutting things all morning, and I'll cut more before the day is through. See if I don't. Now, go into the main room and see if Garrett is all set up. There isn't much time left. All right. Folk hereabout won't soon forget this day. I'll see to that. All right, so here's our CD person number 1. And we are going to go and check out more of this infiltrator's hideout. Look at that. We got an infiltrator. I think we're in the right place. Okay, so now here's Twisted Garrett. So let's go and say hi to Twisted Garrett. He says, I have not yet unpacked my ropes. They will hold, I'm certain, but I need more time. There are a lot of things we still need to hoist. Oh, after all this planning, to be undone at the last for a lack of time. I saw how sharp Culver's knife has become. If I don't hurry, he might use it on me next. All right, so now we're going to observe the gathering. If I don't unpack my ropes, all will be for naught. All right, well, here comes Quick Wit Culver. We're out of time. He's here. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, no, all is for naught. As he said, it would be. What's going on, friends? It's Artie Root. They say, surprise, Artie. Well, you look at this. All my friends have gathered to surprise me with a birthday celebration. I cannot believe it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So all of this was a surprise birthday party, not a, taking over of Bree. At least not just yet. I've been cutting thick slices of crusty bread all morning. Help yourself, Artie. I was going to hang up some decorations with my ropes, but I ran out of time. And he cries. Do not trouble yourself, Garrett. I need no decorations. I just need my friends about me. Aww. Isn't that nice? All right. He says, I almost forgot the main course, Artie. What good are thick slices of crusty bread without anything to dip them into? We all chipped in some coins to purchase a large order of turtle soup from Sig Mandrake's well-known shop. He should be here with the soup at any moment now. All right, so we're going to wait for the delivery of the soup. Boy, what is taking him so long with the soup? I'm sorry, everyone. I couldn't do it. He says, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. After seeing all those little turtles with their tiny shells and their little tiny snapping beaks, I could not bring myself to turn them into soup. I brought them here, tied up in a sack, given to me by Grobo's nephew. I left it over by the door. Perhaps we can return them to the wild, and my customers will forgive me for not making good on our deal. I will refund their coin, of course. So, yeah. Do you hear something? It's escaped turtles. Yeah, that sack is not good. I think he's got to get himself a new sack. So they're jumping around and dancing and having a good time. He says, disappointed? Absolutely not. I don't care much for turtle soup in the first place. And look at all these little fellows running around like they own the place. Perhaps they should. I have a spacious home not far from here, and I understand that the mayor has been known to turn a blind eye to the keeping of numerous pets within homes in Bree. I should give these little snapping, gentle turtles a fine home. They will stay with me. It's settled. This is the finest birthday of all. I have been surprised by my old friends, and I have acquired numerous new friends. High elf and turtle alike. And Hobbit. Don't forget the Hobbit in the corner. So there we go. We have completed the instance, the infiltrator's surprise. Which means we have reflected on the past. And he says, I will show you to my home, Lielo. You can help carry some of our new beaked friends. So he takes us to where his home is. And we have all these cute little turtles. They are everywhere too. It's hilarious. So they are on the dining table. They're eating of the pies and the vegetables and the bread. Let's see. They're in here on his bed. I thought there was one by the fire. If we go back out here, I love the little terrarium he's got going on. And they just kind of chilling out, and there's some water and stuff. And then, they're on the bench. And, here's a couple chilling out, warming up by the fireplace. And, and then they're on the table, and the chair, and on this bed. I mean, it's just so funny. I don't know if he knew what he was getting. Oh, there's one in the fireplace. He's staying really warm. All right, Artie. He says, I cannot believe it. This has been the best birthday ever, and now I have so many new friends to share this home with. Look at all the little fellows. That party was such a terrific surprise and must have taken so much planning. Thank you for being a part of it, my new friend. All right, so let's see. A tome of constant experience sounds unuseful for me because I'm turtle-stoned, as it were. Slayer deeds ×2. That's not bad. Or do I want a class skill deeds ×2? You know, I do use that sometimes, but I mean, I have a lot of class deeds I still need to do. Maybe I should do that and really work on that one of these days. Okay, there we go. Oh, I forgot my inventory is a mess. All right, we're just gonna not look at that. All right, so there we go. We have done the Infiltrator's Surprise, which was it was through the Trifles. Now, we would have to do all of those still to finish the Trifles. We're not going to work on that right now. I want to do that one. I want to do a good old skirmish. So, I suppose we probably should leave. Well, we could stay in the turtle house, can't we? Or are we still in an instance, technically? Okay, you know, we should leave so you can see where this is. I'm going to go out the door. All right, so we're right by the high stair. So if you're ever looking, there's Artie Root's house, and I think you can go back in and go and look at those turtles over and over again. So that is really cute. So you've got that turtle house, you've got the cat house. Yeah, it's hilarious. Okay, so let's see. Okay, you're the leader. That's fine with me. So let's do, a good old skirmish. So we're gonna do Trouble in Tuckborough, and we're gonna do it just a little bit lower level because, well, we're not trying to earn experience. But if there's any not instances, encounters. If there's any encounters on the side, that way we'll still get credit for them. Oh yeah, I should call my person. Now let's see. You have Rose, and I think she's a healer, right? And I have Luva, who I think is also a healer. So we have our dueling Hobbit healers here. Okay, so yes, I'm surrounded by hobbits. There's three hobbits and a high elf walk into a forest. What's the punchline to that one? Oh, hey, I should eat some foods. I mean, that's not the punchline. It's not a very funny punchline. Or maybe it is, because I'm really bad about remembering to do it. Anyway. So hello to everybody over in the chat. Hope everybody is having a good day. So for me, it's 22 o'clock, which is 10 o'clock here. So it's 10 p.m. Here in the Netherlands, where I live. And as opposed to, let's see, Druids is in Eastern time zone. So it's normally 6 hours earlier. You're normally watching a streamer who is on 6 hours earlier than I am. Well, I mean 6 hours earlier in their day. Time is such a funny thing to talk about, isn't it? The temporality of everything. All right, Hyacinth's entranceway has been cleared. I feel like I'm tripping over my mouth today. What did you do to die today at 1:45 A thing distinctly hard to say, but a harder thing to do. A dragon will come and beat on his drum. A rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tum. Little vocal exercises. Any of you who did theater, you might recognize some of that. All right, we've cleared the entranceway. So I have been playing with, although here comes some more, with a yellow line hunter. So those of you who haven't tried that before might be looking at some of the skills I've got and wondering, what in the world am I doing? Oh, this Priest of Vengeance. We don't like Priests of Vengeance. They make people do the spinny thing, and that's yucky. Here, I'll put a thingy on you. Boom. So I've been playing with Yellow Line Hunter, and that has really been quite interesting for me. A lot more traps, a lot of crowd control type stuff. Like I will just run into a group and drop one of these decoys, which gathers everybody and kind of acts as like my tank, and it gets everybody's attention, and then I can just sit out the side and pew 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 them. Am I streaming from the Netherlands, really? Yes, I am streaming from the Netherlands, really. Dat is klopt. Ja. So yeah, it's 10 o'clock at night here. Did we eat dinner? I'm not sure if I ate dinner. You know, Fridays are odd for me in general because I usually, like I said, I usually stream on Thursdays. And so then my Friday is like watch Cord, watch The Token Professor, watch Druid's Fire, hang out, catch up on stuff. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm like, but wait, I'm Druid's Fire. No, I'm Druid's Fire. Two of us are Druid's Fire today. I'm Spartacus, and so is my wife. Yes, je suis Druid's Fire. But no, it would be ik ben Druid's Fire. Haha. So myself and Epic Uger are Druid's Fire today. We are filling in for her while she takes some time off today to spend time with family while she is, because she has had a death in the family, so she is dealing with that. Yeah, so obviously we all send out our condolences to her and her family, and you know, hope they are doing all right, going through all the things that you get to encounter when somebody passes, especially somebody who's, you know, close family and stuff. That's always frustrating. Lots to deal with. I remember like when my grandmother passed, she had two kids, my dad and my aunt, and so they had, you know, a lot to deal with, and then of course their spouses are involved as well because there's so much to do. And then my grandmother had actually gone into nursing home by then, but she still had the house, and so they had to sell the house, but there was a reverse mortgage, and I mean, you know, all these little fun details. So funny thing is, it's interesting because I take those kinds of thoughts with me when when we moved from the U.S. to the Netherlands. We finally sold our house about a year ago. Well, actually a year ago in March. And I was debating, you know, what do I bring here and what do I get rid of? And definitely one of my guiding thoughts was, what do I not want my kids to have to worry about? Like, you know, a giant stack of papers that were important to me, but they'll be like, this is dumb. Why am I keeping this? But the worst thing would be is if they think they had to keep it, but I was only keeping it for something that I never got around to, but I never intended for them to keep it. Like, that would be annoying to, I don't know, if I have any consciousness from the other side, to be like, no, you can throw that crap away. You don't need to hold on to that. And they're like, oh, but these belong to my dear mother. I must keep these. Be like, no. So I've tried to divest myself of as many worldly possessions as I could. But then I just keep accumulating. So I don't know if I've learned my lesson or not. You're the third druids? Well, now, who says that to embody a druid's fire, that it also comes with a specific gendering? Like, you know, like Santa Claus, right? Like, if you are Santa Claus, are you Santa Claus or are you embodying the spirit of Santa Claus, you see? So Santa Claus is not the spirit of Santa Claus, and what one does in the spirit of Santa Claus is not necessarily tied to a particular gender. So I think we could all be like embodying the spirit of Druid's Fire, as it were. Yes, nous sommes Druid's Fire. We are all. I am a Druid's Fire. Right, exactly, like, you know, like Legion. It's a whole new thing. We're starting it now. Ooh, I just finished Priest of Vengeance Slayer deed. Defeat 5 of them. Okay, in skirmishes. Oh, I must not have done the skirmish very often then. See, this is another great thing I love about these festival things, is it's taking us in here, and like, obviously I haven't been in here enough to do even some of these basic slayers. Oh, pop down there. There we go. We were doing that with our mains over on Evernight, and they're like level 130. So we were doing the Ill Omens, when the Ill Omens was happening earlier this year. That was a lot of fun, because we were going into these instances that we don't do, and every 4 days it was like a rotation, you know. So it was like, you know, day 1 was, skirmish A, day 2 or instance A, and then day 2 is B, and day 3 is C, and day 4 is D, and then it would start all over again. And so you just did like a 4-day sequence, and we did it pretty much every day because we wanted to complete the deeds. And I laugh at this because so there is this new plugin here, and I will do the plug-ins thing. So there are plugins that you can use in the game. They're not sponsored by Standing Stone Games. They're just things that are made by fans of the game. And at some point in the past, SSG or Turbine put out some of the Lua, like kind of some information of the data that you get in the game, and about your game, about your characters or your account and whatnot. So you can get your deed information, like where you are in terms of doing deeds. Like you can pull up your deed log, and I could look at it and be like, oh hey, in my Eriador in Breland, oh okay, these are the things I still have outstanding. Oh, I have a lot. And these are the things I have completed. Cool. Now, the deed log doesn't show you anything. Oh, I'm sorry you got defeated. I should be paying more attention. Sorry, I did not see any note from you to pay attention. My apologies. All right, hey, it's clear. I thought you had that. I'm sorry. Whoops. Well, I don't think she has to run from too far. Oh, okay. So anyway, it doesn't tell you the in-game deed log doesn't tell you like deeds that you start or that haven't started or any hidden deeds. So you might not know like how many deeds you still have left to go, or that sort of thing. Maybe you're curious about a whole bunch of slew of information. So my sweetie put this deed tracker together, and I'd been testing it for a while, and now it is live out on LOTRO Interface. So that's in the chat, the link to LOTRO Interface, where there's a whole bunch of plugins out there. It's also on the plugin compendium, which is kind of like a subset of those, and it's a really cool way to just it updates all your plugins for you. You just tell update and it does bloop, and it does it for you. So I can like look at this and go, okay, in Breland, I have finished 42 out of 57 current deeds. Now, like when the Wildwood came out, that added a bunch of deeds, and those are probably the ones I haven't finished. So there we go. Yep, they're all Wildwood deeds that I have not finished. All of my other deeds in Bree, I have finished in Breland. So I know if I were to go and do those Wildwood deeds, I would get another 40 LOTRO points. That's out there for me. And there's 34,000 virtue experience available to me. Well, that's exciting. That's a lot. Very cool. And then it also tells you on the ones that you haven't completed that give you any sort of reputation. It tells you who you get reputation with and how much. So like if I went and did the League of the Axe deed, that would give me 700 reputation with the League of the Axe. And then if you hover over it, it tells you what you need to do in order to do it. So those are really cool. So I've been using the deed tracker a lot, and I'm loving that. So made a lot of good use out of that when we were doing Ill Omens, because we wanted to complete the deeds, because he wants to do a lot of testing on the deed tracker. So it was hand in hand that way. Okay, the Tooks will remember your patronage and aid for many generations to come, and they'll remember Affadil's sacrifice. Reflection got her, and that's yes, I love deeds. Yes, you do. You are a big fan of getting them deeds nowadays. All right, let's do Attack at Dawn. Yeah, let's do it. Is the name of this called Deed Tracker on LOTRO Compendium? Yeah, I think so. Let me just pull it up. Yeah, Deed Tracker. That's it. Yep. And B414 is the one who created that. So if you have any questions about it, like if you're going to play with it, you can pop in the chat anytime on any one of my streams, and you can ask him questions about it. We're happy to answer those questions for you. One thing to note is that it will track the deeds you complete from the point when you install it. So from there forward, it will auto-complete, it'll auto, mention in your deed tracker anything you complete. So like that one I just did, you saw it popped up. And you can see the previous, where's that thingy bopper? There it is. This is my recent completions. I haven't cleared it recently, so I could see like the last 183 completions I've done. I think I'm going to clear this list. Oh, before I do that though, I'll show you like real quick. Like if I wanted to see, oh hey, show me where this is in my deed tracker because I want to know how much else I need to do. It takes you to that area and then it highlights it in this bright orange because Netherlands orange. And so I can see, oh, okay, this is where I did this. So here's other things I could be working on, blah, 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 in that same area. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that list. That's getting a little crazy. Okay. So yeah, so as he mentions there's no Lua interface for it to go in and search what you've already done. So if you have deeds you've done previously before you installed the deed tracker plugin, you'll need to manually go through and mark those off. So what'll happen is it'll just, in the deed tracker, it'll just have like the date you click it, the day you check it off as the completion date. Because yeah, another cool thing is that he put in there is that it does show you the date that you completed something. So that's kind of fun. And there isn't yet, oh, you just completed, oh, cool. Yeah, so he added a thing where you can automatically just have it like, you push a button and it shares, I just completed, blah, blah, blah. And it shares it to like your fellowship chat or to say, not to world though. No, not spamming world with that. That would be just crazy. But anyway, so yeah, he's hoping to at some point maybe do like a way to have it like put out a graph or something so you'd know like, as you're completing deeds, when you tend to do it or what does that look like for you. Like we love data. We love playing with data. So, but anyway, so yeah, one thing that he added after, during testing that came up that was really cool was if you complete like an upper deed, like if you complete, a Slayer deed advanced and you haven't checked the basic, well, you had to have completed the basic one for the advanced to happen. So it will automatically check off the basic when it checks off the advanced. So that's really convenient. So if you don't get around to, writing everything in, maybe you're, in early days, it'll do that for you. So it'll catch up a lot of that work for you. So that's nice. So yes, I've been having a lot of fun with it. Yeah, Epic Ogre, you should really check it out. It's pretty cool. And because it's in the plugin compendium, it's so easy to catch updates because he's doing regular updates. I mean, how that's always how it goes with like a new thing, right? You've got tons and tons and tons of new stuff that gets added in. Oh, we have incoming. Let me plop down. Oh, you already took care of him. What am I even worried about? You need to deed today. Oh, then yeah, it's a perfect time to put it in before you do the deeds. Yeah, I would definitely say before. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, but here, let me pull it back up again. That you can actually see the other characters on the same server as well. So if I wanted to see, these are all my characters on this server. So if I wanted to pop in and be like, oh, hey, how's, did I do this on Adamantia already? Oh, okay, cool, blah, 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 whatever. So that is a cool feature. And I don't know, can you fill in other characters' stuff? Like if I'm on Leia here, can I fill in Adamantia's stuff? No? Okay. So you have to be on that character to fill in that character's stuff. Okay. Read-only view of other characters. Okay, cool, good to know. See, this is why it's awesome to have him in the chat. He can just answer these questions. All right. Another Ill Omens adventure. Because this was another one that we had from Ill Omens. Oh, there's a Frigid Squall? Oh, okay. Frigid Squalls, they do like this nasty stuff. This, and freeze everything. There we go. We got it before it smacked us. So yay. Oops. Oh, you got it? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go drop a thing and then I'll go do the catapults. Hey everybody. Pay attention to my decoy. My decoy's cool. You want to look at it. That's right. My decoy's awesome. I love the decoy because it explodes as well. Like, that's not the only thing I love about it, but so if there's anybody left there, it explodes and it does a lot of damage. I've been quite surprised at how much damage it does. So now we look for the ill omen who would show up over here. I got so used to that. It's really quite funny. Oh, they're not all dead. I thought you'd already take care of everybody. Affadil is a very effective minstrel. I am not. I struggle with minstreling as well as Affadil does. So there's times when I look away and it's like, oh, everything's dead. Okay, cool. Yeah. Like, I doubt we're going to have to worry about any of the little guys running out of here. I'll take this guy out pretty fast. No, maybe not. He's still here. And now he's not. There we go. Fancy wood chest. And here comes our escort. Oh, should I check the chest too? I guess it should. Cool. Stuff and things and stuff. The Rangers of Estelden will remember your service. Without your aid, Estelden would truly have fallen. All right. Wait, it didn't say the thing. No, but it counted. Okay, cool. Yay. So we just have Thievery, Mischief, and Defense of the Prancing Pony left. Shall we just keep going in order? Are we deeding now? Not exactly. I mean, are you ever not deeding in the game, like technically? But we're not doing things specifically for deeds. We're doing this Anniversary Scavenger Hunt. So, yeah, sorry, it's been probably like an hour or something since I talked about this. We're currently in the middle of the Anniversary Festival, as many of you probably know. And which ends, by the way, next week, in the middle of the week. So make sure if you've got stuff you want to do as part of the Anniversary Festival, like, you know, if there's mounts you want to get, or those torches that are the new thing, you definitely want to get out there and start getting your anniversary tokens, because the torches currently are only going to be available during the Anniversary Festival, and they look like this. Well, I got the finely wrought torches. I love it. So good. It looks so good. Oh my gosh. They're beautiful. So, yeah. Also, why am I wearing red gloves? Whose idea was that? I gotta fix that. Okay, hang on, I gotta drop my torch. If you do 150 of those, you get a permanent skill. So I have bought 150 of those for Leia, and so I can get the permanent skill on her, because she's kind of my main these days on this server. Even though this is where some of my original characters are, and so some of them are in like the 120s, upper 120s. But I'm really enjoying the Hunter. I love playing a Hunter. Anyway, right, so we're doing Anniversary Festival stuff. We're doing the Scavenger Hunt quests. So those are the ones that you pick up at the party tree, that are hanging on the party tree. And they have different years. So I currently have year 2 Trifles, let's see. But anyway, we're working on Eriador Year for Trifles, a good old skirmish. So as you finish a year, you are able to pick up like the similar things for the other years in the future. But you can't, like, you can only have so many at a time rolling. It's like you can only have one of the tales going at a time, Eriador Year tales, and then one of the regular year tales. So we're just doing Eriador stuff because we're doing the easy stuff. I'm sorry, were you trying to tell me something there? One of each type, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Although it looked like I had multiple types there, so I was surprised. So I thought you could only have one of each type as well. But I've got a Trifles, and a Travels, and another Trifles. And how did that happen? And a Tales, and another Travels. I don't know what happened there. Because I thought you couldn't have multiples of the same type from different years. Maybe because if I finished one of one year, it let me pick up all the rest of them of that year. You know, if you finish A, you can pick up B and C. So I think that may be what happened. So that's why I have so many from all over the place. You have 2 more emotes to finish on the year 7 trifle card, and the entire Scavenger Hunt on your main. Oh, that's awesome. Which 2 emotes do you have left to do? And do you need, is that the one where you have to go and like Dragok and all? Okay. Yeah, that one is a tough one. They really made that one hard. Because there's stuff you can't go in and do by yourself. Or even with just like, yeah, it forces you to work with other people, which I guess that's, you know, useful. Well, you know, you can always holler for us if you want help, because I know you like to play here on Landreval. This is where we are. We're on Landreval. And I know Druidsfire, you like to be on Landreval with your stuff. So if, yeah, if you need some help on here, just holler. That Dragok stuff that we did was fun. I have fun with that stuff. I got another deed. This is bestowed. Cool. All right, I'm gonna do my thing. Well, oh, hey, we have an encounter. Nice. Yay. Steel token, a mark, and a medallion. Oh. Well, this guy's just strolling along. Like, you know, lack-a-day. That was funny. All right. Let's get these guys. Cool. Phoenix has a mighty need for it. So let's see, what do you got? We did Dragop and Helagrod on Sunday. Right. I remember you said you were going to get that done. If you're home tomorrow, Oast Dunhoths to emotes. Oh, we did that recently, right? Oh yeah. So, because we're in the Netherlands, you know, we've been trying to connect with other Dutch people and stuff, you know, in any of the arenas of what we do for fun. And that includes, of course, LOTRO. So there's a kinship on Evernight called Double Dutch, and that's where our mains are. Those are our completionist characters. We have, gosh, what's your percentage on Evernight on your deed completion? 50%? Yeah. Because we haven't done a lot of the high-level skirmishes and stuff, and like all those, you know, tier 1 and tier 2. And oh yeah, right, we're still in West Gondor. So there's a lot we haven't done yet. But we're still at 50% because we've basically been doing completionist all the way up. So like Bree is clear, Eriador's like basically you pull up the deed tracker and like this is clear. Yeah, Eriador is cleared. Rovanian, I think is. No, we still have some stuff in Rovanian, don't we? Because we're in Western Rohan now. So yeah, it's really quite funny. Instances are heavily done. So I've been doing festivals and stuff since I started playing LOTRO. Like I just have a good time with this. I think it's fun. Usually though, I kind of didn't tend to do it on my own. But now that there's the deed tracker, Affodil is like, oh, I gotta go get these deeds. I gotta go get this stuff so I can get this deed. Oh, I gotta go fishing. I gotta go. It's great. So now we get to do festival stuff together. It's awesome. So yay! Yes, talk to Druidsfire in the chat. She is with us in chat. I think most of the time so far. While she's hanging out with family and doing stuff out there. So I'm gonna have to do something about my inventory, honey, before we do the next one. I've been ignoring my inventory for about a week now, and I'm just gonna have to do something about it. So let's see, what all do I give you? I'm gonna open my shared storage and figure out what goes where. Oh, that's interesting. That went away. So maybe there was stuff that was temporary. That's cool. All right, where's she? You haven't played it in years. Yeah, the game is still here. well, then in that case, hey, where's the, is it under freebie? We should get that out here. Is that not how you spell freebie? Apparently it's not. IE? There we go. So for those of you who have been away from the game and maybe you're just coming back, that code Save Bilbo is only available through May 9th. So you've got like 2 days to get that in. And that is for some really cool adventures that they have going on in the game. So you'll want to go ahead and grab that if you can. Yeah, let me just trade you a bunch of stuff. I think we're over any of these other things. I am so hoping that they put carryalls on sale again soon because, oh my gosh, I need more carryalls. I think I'm carrying most of my carryalls so I can slurp things up. But you're going to just get all this good stuff. Oh, I suppose I should be using those scrolls of ancient battle lore. And let's see. Why do I have all this equipment? I need to look at that and find out why that's there. Zoom, and zoom, zoom, and zoom, zoom. So yeah, I just pass everything off. Of course, I suppose because I'm carrying around 3 barrow breeze, I guess I could get rid of a barrow bree. We could go get more. There we go. I got rid of 2 barrow breeze. Oh my gosh, I'm behind on fireworks. I haven't been doing my fireworks. So yeah, right? I want to get the instrument carryall because they only carry some. They don't carry all. Ha, ha, ha. I want to get the instrument carryall. Oh, I have one on this server. I need the instrument carryall on other servers because I don't have one on every server. And I'm at the point where I just need one on every server because I've been collecting the instruments now. And when I say every server, I mean 4. I play on Anor and Landreval and Laurelin and Evernight. So when we're on Landreval today. So yeah, I need an instrument carryall on a couple servers because I don't have them there yet. I need more task carryalls. I have one server where I don't have any task carryalls, and oh, it's so painful. I'm at the point where I think I want 2 on every server. And then I think I'm doing all right actually on the crafting carryalls because they're available in the store. So I just get them when I need them. So we're doing okay there. But yeah, I need the other ones. I really, 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 really wish they would come out with a carryall for dyes. Oh my gosh, I would love to be able to put my dyes into a carryall. Because I'm at the point where I just have a section of my shared storage for them some of the times. And they take up so much space, right? So I would love to have a carryall for that. It would be so cool. Oh yeah, the Tower of Orthanc. We are missing that. Oh, not for a scavenger hunt though. We're just missing it because I have a quest and I just didn't get it done. And oh, so here's the new thing with this deed tracker is I've got it checked because the check is by default that it will not be in your way if you're in combat. So if you're in combat, it goes away. And if you're in combat and you finish something, it'll wait until you're out of combat and then it'll pop up. So like I just did Zealot of Pain Slayer, defeat 5 Zealots of Pain in skirmishes. Cool. Yay. So then if I want to, I can send this like to the fellowship or I can send it to, user chat or whatever and be like, I just finished the thing. And I click on this little button right here and it pops it out there. And it's got some color encoding there. So that's funny. It cracks me up. All right, so let me put that away. Hey, stuff and things. Oh, I can shoot something probably. There we go. New deed, Echo of Deathslayer. I have not been doing these skirmishes much. Next year when Ill Omens comes out, we're going to have to figure out which characters we want to do Ill Omens since we did almost all of it. We're just one short, just like Druids is, for finishing that deed. So you just made a character to hold your dies? Yeah, but if I want to get to my dies while I'm on the go, sometimes I want to have that available. So I know it's right. I'm like, we're talking the height of privilege here because it's like I've got my subscriber town services. So I want to be able to go into my shared storage, pull out a die carryall so that way I can put the stuff in the stuff. I know, right? A carryall that as a carryall. I think it would just implode all of space and time. It would just, it's like putting a bag of holding in a bag of holding. It's just, it would just melt fabric of the continuum of time and space. Oh, hey, Druid's Fire, what's the thingy for making the beacon show up? Is it beacon? I have the list here somewhere. I've been trying to keep the list handy. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think it is beacon. Haha! Nice. You should change it to bacon. That would be even funnier. Ugh, floppers fall into your mighty blow. All right. So update notes. Do we have anything interesting in update notes? From April 28th, so like a week or two ago. A character slot is cheaper than a carry-all. I mean, yes, that's true. But I mean, we've had this conversation before, right? Well, maybe not with everybody who's here. So I make characters, and they're like writing. Like, I can't just kill off a character. They exist to me. So every time I make a character, you know, for a character in a character takes up a character slot, which that in itself is not a problem, but then I feel beholden to play them sometimes because I feel bad if a character just sits around and doesn't get any attention. And I did the count last night. What am I up to? Like 15 characters across the 4 servers. And I just, that's a lot. I don't think I can go there. Oh, you can't change it to a beacon because Cord is a vegetarian. Fair enough. I do like the waffles. Here, everybody can make waffles happen. Waffles! Waffles are good. I've had, oh my gosh. So, speaking of Europe, so when we were visiting Europe for the first time and we were like checking out a couple of places, well, we went to Worldcon, which was up in Finland that year. And that was really cool. Spent a week up there in Helsinki. And then we came to the Netherlands and we spent about 5 days, like a Monday through Friday, in the Netherlands. And then on the Friday, we went to Paris and we spent Friday through Monday when our plane took off the Syrup Command is good, is when we came back to the US, when we went back to the US. So while we were in France, we, of course, made a point to finding gluten-free places because I'm celiac. But, you know, I mean, France is known for having amazing breads and, you know, desserts and all these things. And so we were trying to find things that I could partake of. And I can't remember the name of it now, but it was like, maybe it was no glue, you know, like GLU, like for gluten. And they had waffles that were gluten-free, and they were like this big. I mean, there was good, thick, chunky size waffles, and they came in a little, you know, plate, bowl, container thingy. But they had it on a stick, and so you could, like, you know, eat it that way, or you could do the fork and knife thing. And they had savory waffles, so they had, you know, like the ham and cheese and whatnot on them. And then they had the dessert ones, and I can't remember which dessert one we got, but we got one of each. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So yeah, I'm like, if we ever go, I have notes taken somewhere on all of the cool stuff that we did, all the cool places we ate. And yeah, if we ever go back to Paris, I'm like, I'm gonna have to go find the gluten-free waffles in Paris. I mean, that seems like such a like very specific dive, but oh my gosh, it was so good, so good. So when I think of the waffles in chat, those are the waffles I think of. All right, did we finish? We finished that, didn't we? That was the last one. That's awesome. Okay, so we've got like 20 minutes left. We could possibly do the Bodies of Water one. I think we might be able to finish that in the next 20 minutes. Yeah? So let's see, Den Harn, I think is the one up north, right? Let's double check. That's not a map. Yeah, Nenharn is the one up here. So let's see, what do you think? Let's go to Bree and then take the horse. Oh, we could do the festival horse and then go from there. So that's some nice quick travel. They may have rebranded to Yummy and Guilt-Free. Okay, so for those of you who are ever in or near Paris, because, okay, let me tell you that, like, a lot of gluten-free food is not yummy. I mean, I don't know if you know this. So that's why it cracks me up when people are like, so do you eat gluten-free because you want to or because of an allergy? I'm like, who wants to eat gluten-free? It's blah. It's ugh. It's like eating cardboard. Like, no, I don't make this choice because I want to. I make this choice so I don't end up in pain. It cracks me up. So anyway, yes, those were good. They were like so tasty. It's so funny because gluten-free pasta apparently is difficult, and I'm not sure exactly what is the difficulty in it, but it's only been in the last couple years that I've had any gluten-free pasta that tasted good. So it was really funny. We were at some friends or something like that, and then, and they were having pasta. I was having gluten-free pasta, and they're like, "Oh, so how is it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's adequate." And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's not very good." I'm like, "No, that's as good as it gets. Like, this is good gluten-free pasta because it's adequate." Being in Paris is the best seasoning. Maybe. I mean, I don't know though. I think if I'd eaten those in Amsterdam, I would have still like I could have eaten them anywhere. I could have eaten them in, I don't know, Groningen, and I'd be fine. Like, they were tasty. No slag on Groningen. That's the place where all the fracking happens, and so the housing got devalued a lot, and so people make fun of it, but I shouldn't do that. So, okay, so we've got like 20 minutes left. So, hi, I'm Little Redhead, and filling in part of the time for Druid's Fire today. Druid's Fire is hanging out in the chat though, so feel free to chit chat with her if you are missing seeing her. Also, then when I am done, Epic Ogre is going to come in and also do some of Druid Fire's normal time. So yes, it takes 2 Thursday streamers to fill in the slot of 1 Friday Druid's Fire. So if you're doing the math at home, there's your algebra equation for the day. Let's see. So we are doing the Anniversary Scavenger Hunt Bobberdoodles, and we're not going to worry about doing Trifles because that's a whole list of instances, and I think there are some quest chains that we haven't completed that would allow us to go into those instances. We're not going to worry about that right now. We've probably done most of them, but we haven't done all of them. So we showed you one of those earlier with Infiltrators. Surprise, that one's so funny. So, okay, so, we've only got the orcs to do, the Tarkip orcs. We might be able to knock that one out too. Okay, so we're going to do some remembrances though, here on Nen Harn. So we're going to check out this remembrance. It's like, yes, yes, I remember this, yes. So it was. So we have recalled an adventure from coming up here previously. For example, if you come out here as a chicken, if you do any of the chicken session, if you go through Bree, you come out here and you go talk to the squirrels that are going to take over the world. They're out in this area. No, yes, so it was. So as you see, we've got 2 out of the 6 that we need in around Nen Harn. So you just kind of keep hugging the coastline, and you'll find most of them. And then I think we go out to the island for 1 or 2 of them as well. Ah, yes, so it was. Uh-oh, Epic Ogre says he's got a little special something coming up after I'm done. Uh-oh. Is this like a bunch of Druid's Fire's best moments put to video and music? Because that would be funny. I would never want someone to do that with mine. Oh my gosh, so many flubs. Although we put together a video of a board game. I was doing like a, how to play this board game video. And, it's so funny because you make mistakes, right? You're like, blah, 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 whatever. And so, yeah, Sweetie also did the editing for that. Thank goodness, he's so good at that. And yeah, we had the outtakes at the end, and it's fun. I don't hate it. I think it actually makes me laugh. So that's fun. So there we go. We could do a LOTRO outtakes. Shall I grab that gold for you? Who doesn't like gold? I know, right? There's gold in them hills. I got it. All right, so I think there's, a remembrance over here by the trees and stuff, maybe. There's either one over here, or we always look for one and don't find it. I can't remember. Lots. Oh, that's true. With this set of remembrances, there are extras. So you don't have to get like the same 6 necessarily. Like, you just need 6. And there's more around the eastern side, you say. All right. Oh, but we did them all. Okay, that's all we needed for Nen Harn. So let's see, Evendim, let's go to, yep, Evendim. Off we go. So, all right, so yes, so I am finishing up here in about 15 minutes, and then Epic Ogre is going to be taking over and doing whatever wacky stuff he's doing. What are you doing? You said you're going to be doing some deeding. So where are you going to be deeding at? Do you know? What area of the world? Oh no, don't go anywhere. We're doing remembrances right here. Oh yes, Eve Spires. Why would we go to the Eve Spires? I think we just want to do. Oh, there's 2 there. Oh, well, okay, fine. I suppose. All right, to the Eve Spires, she says. Off we go. All right, so if anybody wants to share what they're having today for their noms, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, second breakfast, 11sies, whatever time of day it is in your world, feel free to share. I made yesterday some soup, which has become kind of a staple in our house lately. I've discovered that they have what's called rookworst. So it's like a smoked sausage, yeah. Here, and it comes like, it's that, thing where it's like, it's got the one end that with the rope and the other end with the rope, and they tie it, and so it makes this loop here. I know, I feel like, so old-fashioned, but it's so tasty. And it doesn't seem to have a lot of fillers or stuff in it and it's gluten-free. So it's been, it's been really good. It's settles easy for me. So I'm like, yay. It makes me very happy. So yeah, I've been doing that with, caramelize a little bit. Well, okay, fry up some onions, not fry, but heat them up in butter. I mean, it's pretty much like frying, right? So do some onions, chopped up, and yeah, saute up some onions with some garlic, and then add some broth. And I'm not vegetarian, so I do like some chicken broth, and then also add in another vegetable, like either a filler vegetable, so like potato or cauliflower. What else do I put in there? You want to kind of stay in that color scheme in a way. Those seem to be the right taste. And then the rookworst and what else? And corn, and a can of corn, small can of corn. I think that's everything. That's the major things. And some herbs and spices, like some thyme, rosemary, if you want some rosemary in there too. But yeah, definitely kind of more keep it to the savory end of the foods. And then let that cook for, a while. I thought there was one more up here. Maybe not. And anyway, let that cook for enough time for whatever that filler vegetable is that you have to get soft. And then once that's at that point, kind of mush it up or use a stick blender, kind of mushy it up a little bit so you get some thickness to it. And then take like some milk and cornstarch. I don't have any cornstarch, so I've just been using some gluten-free flour, some rice flour, and pour that in. Mix that up first so it dissolves the flour, and then mix that into the soup, and it kind of thickens it a little bit. Also, so it comes out with a little bit thicker. I mean, it's not like stew thick. It's just thicker than like watery broth. So yeah, and then serve it with like some chives or some shredded Parmesan on top, or various things like that. It's pretty yummy. So that's been a staple for us. Oh, with some salt, of course. You got to throw salt in everything. I put salt in everything. So that has been, that's been one of our staples, and that is yummers. Misty Mountains, you say? Okay. To the Misties, yep. So that's what we had for dinner last night, and that's probably what I'll have a little bit more of here in about 20 minutes. So, so feel free to share what you are eating and enjoying over there. From here, we're going to Rivendell. This is our way of dealing with Rivendell. Instead of taking the hunter travel to Rivendell, which requires a lot of travel, we just come here and we take the stables to Rivendell. I know it sounds really silly. So let's see. Oh, and anybody else who's been following my streams for a few weeks, you'll know that I've been crafting up a storm. So I'll share a few things with you while we're traveling. When we travel to the next one. Where are we going? Oh, we're going to High Moors? Okay. Touch this horse. There is no confirmation. You just go. And okay, I'm gonna follow you while I share off some of the stuff I've been doing. So I made this blanket. So that one's all good and done, right? Finished off, I finished the edges and everything. So that one's done. The one I did before that, I did a bunch of stripes of different things. It's kind of like a sampler, I guess, in a way. And so finished that one. That was the first one. This was the second one. And I really want scarf. The Dutch are very big about wearing scarves here. And I am totally for it. Like, I'm on it. So I found this super cute pattern which has little paw prints. Maybe you can see it on the white there. So it's got little, like, I think of them as little kitty paw prints. Somebody else saw it and they thought they were doggy prints. I'm like, well, if you like, but I like cats better. So they're like little paw prints, little wandering paw prints as you go up. But it's not quite finished. I mean, it's the length of it's finished. I like the length of it. That'll be good because, you know, do a lot of that, like, kind of wrap around and tuck it through thing. But I don't have the fringe. I've got fringe still to go on it, and I haven't done that yet. So that is outstanding. But I'm close. I'm close to done. I used a variegating or color changing yarn. I used this big cake, which was fun. Not something I had tried before, you know. So that was neat. And it changed colors, but I didn't think about it, to save some of the original color. So the fringe is, the two ends of it don't match, of course, because the color changing, which, I mean, I was expecting, but I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. So I've got like a dark thing and then kind of a lighter thing. And I want to put fringe on it that kind of matches both. So I have some dark blue from something else. So it's a totally different material and feeling and everything. But I might just do that anyway, because I tend to not follow rules when it comes to like matching fabrics and things. And I know in like 10 years from now, I'll probably look back at stuff and go, what was I thinking putting that 100% acrylic with that 50% cotton? Oh my gosh, no wonder this shrank and that didn't, or I don't know. I'm sure there's reasons why you don't mix these things. But I don't listen. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my mom. So I'll probably end up doing that. And like the dark blue, I think the color's right. It's really thick compared to the rest of it though. So I'm trying to figure out how to mix and match that in a way that is going to make me happy. So that's going on. And then I started this, and it's a blanket, and it's got tulips. Check out that, so cute. So it got like this white, and then you've got the stems, and then you got the tulip bulbs up on the top. And so it's going to be like this repeating pattern, and I have different color bulbs for all of it. So I've got a box. I have a box of all these different colored yarns. Aren't they just adorable? It really is. I mean, when I went and was picking stuff out, and it was the only one that she had, because this brand, they do a couple of different boxes. This is the pastels, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm doing pastels. Because I could have bought separate yarns, but I decided not to, because the regular yarn balls are like this size, right? So like compared to my hand, it's like the size of my hand. These things, they're just like klein. They're like the teeniest little thing. They're like, and I'm not a big person, right? Like, these are small. They're very cute. They make 82 bulbs, I discovered. So there we are. All right. So now I have done my little show and tell that I wanted to share with you all. It's good stuff. So yeah, I've been having fun with it. Back to Bree. Okay. Sure. So we completed another scavenger hunt card. Yay! Bodies of Water is done. So I can go turn in to Waldo Rumble my festival wrapper, because I finished my 7. Because each one of these, not the parts of it, but when you finish each one of those scavenger hunt cards, that counts festival as one. Festival. Oh, okay. What do we still need to finish? I guess we're almost done. Okay. I think. Oh, for the Tarkip Orcs? Yeah. You think we can finish that real quick? Okay, we're going to go hit some orcs. Okay, we're going to hit the festival grounds here. I love using the festival grounds horse for quick travel to like this area if you've got stuff to do up here. So we're going to go hit the Tarkip Orcs, which I think it's either this group over here or this group over here or this group over here. There's orcs everywhere. You wouldn't think so. It's Bree. It's Bree land. But there are orcs about. So yes, I know it's adorable. They are so adorable. They're so cute. So I'm having fun with that. The problem is, well, here, I'll go ahead and share with you what I did. So I did the math and I thought it would make sense, but I don't know. Something in my mathing, everything is the right number, but this is how long it is. And I know, like, spatially, that doesn't really give you an idea of how long it is. It's as wide as our queen bed. I was not planning on making a blanket of that size. I was planning on something like, you know, a nice little couch throw that I could wear, like when I'm streaming or playing and I'm feeling cold, or, you know, that sort of thing. I wasn't planning on a monolith. So we'll see. It is quite possible that I will be taking it apart and starting over, which is not a bad thing necessarily, because I made some mistakes that I started, and I don't know if any of you are fiber arts people, but I started with a 5mm crochet hook, intending to just do the chain, and then you move to a smaller one. And that's like a kind of a cheat you can do if you're having trouble like making it big enough that when you come back to do the next row, you can actually get in there. This is like a, you know, maybe a beginner problem, but it's a hack that you can do and it's useful. So I use that 5mm, which is bigger, with the intention though that it would be for something that was 4mm, which is smaller. So I forgot to switch to the 4mm, and I ended up making not just the initial chain, but I made something called a foundation chain, which is basically you do the starting chain plus the first row, but all at the same time. So that was the first time I'd done that, and that was pretty cool. But it, and then I did the next row, and then I remembered that I wanted to switch to the smaller hook. So basically it's like, imagine that you have a sweater that's extra large for a little while, and then it becomes a large sweater for a little while. So it doesn't really match up quite right. Like there's, yeah. So there's, yeah. So I might just take it apart and start over. Oh well. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and turn this into Odelia. So we did a Scavenger Hunt Year 5 card. You saw it, we did it earlier. And she says, it turns out the bingo boffin has been busy reading about cooking at the Tuckborough Library. Everyone saw him there. Well, I am fully dispirited now. I'm ready to hand in the towel. But no, I must persevere. The party planning committee is counting on me. And trust me, friend, you do not want to disappoint the party planning committee. Here, another reward for all your help. And now we get that cute fishing creel. So that's going to be fun. That's going into my wardrobe. And then we'll grab the next one, which is to complete a Scavenger Hunt Year 6 card. And she says, 6 cards. I will confide to you that I felt certain 5 would be the end of it. Now I fear to think where it will lead us. Where will there ever be an end? Between you and me, I would have run out of ideas at card 2. And why shouldn't I? My hair stands on end to think of half the things written on these slips. Elves and Oliphants and what have you. For what I have had the good sense to have stayed home in my place and never left the Shire, unlike some I might mention. Oh my, oh dear, I didn't mean you. You're not from here. And we Shire folk are proud to welcome guests. Oh dear me, I've really put my foot in it now. So if you complete a Year 6 card, which we have not done yet, she'll give us a tome of a friendly deer. So it's really cool. They give you either a cosmetic or a housing item or a cosmetic pet tome. So that's been really fun. There's been some neat things we've been getting out of that. So, okay, well, it is 1 till the hour. So I think this is an excellent breaking point for us. So thank you, everybody, for joining me here in this kind of bonus Heart of a Hobbit time / we're all Druids Fire. We are Druids Fire Legion. And so I think I will go ahead and sign off. We've got Epic Uger coming up next. And then after him is, I just forgot. Let's see, who's our Friday people? There it is. So yeah, oh, Big Ed Mustafa. So I'm going to finish off here, and then we've got Epic Uger, and then you've got Big Ed Mustafa later on after that. So thank you all so much for coming along. As you know, I call my show The Heart of a Hobbit, and I really like to think that we have, you know, good hearts amongst all of us. And so I like to say that wherever you go and whatever you do, I encourage you to stay connected to the Hobbit side of your heart. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.